Great morning, Zaza Academy here. Oh my goodness, it was an interesting week last week. I hope we all enjoyed the week last week because price action is really interesting. And so what we're here to do this week is just to go over what we saw price do last week on US30 Dow Jones. So this is an hour time frame, by the way. And when you do markups, you always want to start from the higher time frame. So basically, what I'm going to do right now is, as you can see, it's been on the overall bullish momentum, right? So let's say I hide all this right now. Based off price, we can see that price has been giving us bullish movements, right? So we see that we go up, we come down, we go up, we come down, right? So as you can see, that's what price is giving us right now. So this is what we have as constant locations of the market. Right. So as you can see right here, this was a previous resistance zone that turned into a support. And this is a previous resistance zone that may potentially turn into a support. This is on a monthly time frame, by the way. So these are all levels in between the monthly time frame that price had reactions to. Right. So we had this lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price came and went higher. Right, that's a high, higher than this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then it's keeping going bullish. So the goal was to see from this previous resistance, the goal was for price to remain within that area so that way we can see a continuation towards the downside, at least a continuation of the bearish momentum, right? But last month, December, it broke above that area. And not only that, it's still floating above that area. So right. So body wise, market was the goal was for price to close below 37,807. Um, however, it did not. So as we go down to the weekly time frame, guys, we still see price action. This was where we were previously in the high time frame. And then obviously this is the most recent higher low to give us that higher high. Right. And this zone right here that we see is on the daily time frame, right? So on the daily time frame, we have a support right here and a support right here, and then prices never return to that area anymore. So with that being said, what we could be potentially looking at this next week is very interesting, right? However, that's up to your discretion. What I'm here to show us is, as you can see right now, and I'm going to delete all these things right here because obviously last week we wanted to see price, right? So price had this low and it came up to this resistance level. And on the 1 hour time frame, there was this orange resistance that we can see right here, right? So on the hour time frame, there was this orange resistance that we know that was the all-time high, that if price was to come to that area, it could potentially retrace, which it did. However, it just retraced down to this low, right, on the daily time frame, which is a daily zone, right? Daily demand zone, and it came back to that zone and didn't go any lower but continued going bullish. So anything can happen next week. So what I'm going to do right now is just delete this. We don't necessarily need it because it's already, all the zones that were marked off has been broken, right? So we're just gonna leave it open air, and the only reason why we're leaving it open air is just to have a fresh eye for the market when market opens. However, if it does retrace that area, right? So I will put a price action over here because that was an all-time high. So I'm going to put that resistance, that price level over there. And let's say, you know, price decides, actually, no, let me change the color. Yeah, okay, let me just leave it at that. So let's just say since price broke above our max risk. So that was the max level that I wanted to see price to get all the way up to not continue going bullish, but to obviously retrace downwards. So based off price action, these areas are still valid. Just so you guys know, all these areas here are still valid. Why all these areas are still valid for retracements? Because a lot of liquidity is in these zones. Okay. However, due to the consolidation happening right here, due to the consolidation happening in this area where price is going sideways, we just have to wait and see what the market has for us next week. Okay. But from an overall perspective, it looks like it's still going bullish. So we just have to, like I said, move with the market and do and react as the market is moving, and don't assume, go off price action, include your fundamental analysis, and don't let the sentiment overwhelm you, because that's just life and that's just how the market goes. Okay, so be on the lookout, guys. There's a lot of things that can happen this week. As you can see, it's clean body structure going here, right? High, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. So who knows? It could potentially just retrace to continue going bullish, right? And what I mean by bullish is probably just going to go higher and higher, or it can do the opposite where price can go higher, low, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, and then probably even retrace lower to give us that contribution towards the downside. These are all projections. But once the market opens, it did close bullish, right? The market closed bullish last week, so we'll not be surprised if it continues to go bullish next week. But on the overall time frame, we're still bullish, very, very strong, right? As you can see, in the month that we're in right now, currently, right? In the month that we're in right now, currently, we can see that January, right, price came as low as this level, right? But within the next 11 days, within the past few days up until now, it came this low, right? Sold to this level and now pushed all the way back up to continue going bullish. That's a really interesting sight. And that's something that happens that often, but that's how you know that the 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 strength of the currency is really on the positive direction, and we just have to keep following it. Okay. Thank y'all so much for your time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop in the comment box, in the chat box, and see you on the next week on the review. Let's get it. Have a blessed trading week. Remember, we're not financial advisors. We're just here to provide education and content, educational and entertainment content. So do not take anything. Do not take anything that we say to heart in terms of, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Just make sure that you're taking the education and you're applying it into your own self, and being able to use it to read and recognize movements in the market that can help you, you know, become profitable in the nearest future. Thank you so much and have a blessed rest of your week. Let's get it.